right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and infinite praise to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Shakadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that rule well and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You would say shalom. Amen. Call all y'all by Shem Yahweh Shai, the spirits allowed us to come back out here again and prophesy the downfall of America and give warning to you Israelites and the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American of the impending days. The Lord has sent us forth to give you warning of the impending danger that's set to come to America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay, things about to get real bad out here, man. All right. You see the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai visiting the world which He made with these different storms. All right. These different floods, these earthquakes. Well, all these things were prophesied that these things was gonna happen, man. You know, the Lord said I was visiting. Because that was a major catastrophe out there in Jamaica, man. You know, where the Lord sent that hurricane, what was it, Melissa, you know, to really fuck up the island, man. You know, what Scripture says, greater evil than these shall be done, man. You know, so you're gonna see stronger typhoons, you know, stronger earthquakes, stronger tsunamis, more flooding. You know, what was that in there's a part of New York, not Brooklyn, but a part of New York, you know, got flooded real bad. You know, but these things are only gonna get us, man. You know, got that out.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest.
So like if I may, he said, the Lord said you gotta visit this place with storm and tempest. You gotta do that on there. You grab that word tempest on the
Lord, it's like if I may, I'm gonna destroy that shit out there.
Yeah,
All that goddamn
out.
strong definitions with tempest. H5591. It says tempest, storm, whirlwind. Oh, and strong definitions, a hurricane.
Hey man, a hurricane, man. All right, we just see how much Yahweh Shai that sent the hurricane to Jamaica, man. You know, and greater evils are coming, man. You know, you even hear about different fires going on. You know, they gonna get worse, more storm. Okay, things is about to really get bad, man. And we were sent forth to warn you of these things.
It was just an earthquake today.
You know,
So you seeing these things turn up on the planet Earth, man. Hey, when those birth pains happen, when the woman is pregnant and that water burst, you can't say no. You know, the baby ain't gonna come. Now the baby gonna come, man. And that's how these plagues are. The plagues are coming. There's nothing you people gonna be able to do to put it out. That's it. No treaties you gonna be able to sign. No peace deal. No, man. World War III is on the way. That's it. I got the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning.
That's it, man. And that's what we sent to do, man, to give you warning from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai on what he about to do, man. Okay, the Lord is about to send some very bad times on the planet Earth, man. Okay, Ezekiel 7:5. You know, evil and only evil, behold, is gone, man. You know, shit is not gonna get better. You know, they're not gonna make America great. You know, the scripture says, evil and only evil, behold, is gone, man. Okay, the Lord is about to send a famine, you know, and that's something heavy that the Spirit got constantly coming out about this famine, man. You know, we seeing all these different food recalls. You got, was it ground beef? It was a ground beef recall. There was a chicken recall. You know, it was millions of pounds of chicken recall. You know, you got crops being destroyed by this weather. You know, well that's the Lord Yahweh Shai increasing the famine, man. All right, and all these things, are in the scriptures, man. You know,
Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 3. A sword is set upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is set among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? So you can't drive away these plagues, man. They're going to only increase, they're going to only intensify, man. You know? And hey, this is that perfect will of Yahweh Shah to bring this place down bit by bit. We're seeing these things happen with that second Ezra 9. You know? Measure the time diligence. We watching. See?
And that's what the watchman do, man. He blow the trumpet and warn the people, man. We get that joy of 2 years. Because that's ultimately what we're doing, man. Blowing the trumpet.
Book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
All right, hey, that's what we're doing, man. We blowing the trumpet, man, warning you, man. Bad times is coming, man. You hear that? The alarm, man. The trumpet is being blown, man. Warning you that a famine is coming. All right, more diseases. All right, the scriptures speak of pestilence. And we seeing that they talking about the monkey, one of these monkeys that got escaped in Mississippi. Was carrying what they said, herpes, the COVID-19. The Lord is about to send pestilence, man. He got the monkey ass, the Marburg, Listeria outbreaks, all these things were prophesied of, man, in the scriptures, man. And we warning you, telling you this was gonna happen, man. This is going back to those perilous times, man. Dangerous times with the Lord. If he don't get you by the famine, he can get you with these diseases, man. If he don't get you with the diseases, he can get you with the missiles, man. All right, well, we're going into some very dangerous times. So now's the time. So now's not the time to be playing around, pussing around, thinking about having a good time, man.
We actually in the time.
Wow.
We there, man. And it's just going to go on. Lord, as you mentioned, the Lord said the word of perilous times is going to occur in the last days. But we there. Hey, this SNAP benefit, we keep talking about it, man, because that's something to expand that can lead to some real distress and anguish and warning of you people, man. And you see the powers that be, which is really the same bird, but two wings of the same bird, is really just controlled opposition, man. But you really seeing the legislation of judges, saying it's unconstitutional for this guy Trump to hold out the money and this, that, and other. Man, that's all of the will of the Lord to have you people in derision. As the elder, I'm one of the boss said, man, even if they do, bring the benefits back, that's just something to put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans back to sleep again, man. Give you a false sense of security. That you think, oh, we got it back. No, Lord said it's going to be a famine. It's going to be a famine. Lord said it's going to be sedition among men, fate among men. It's going to happen. So you ain't ready to put this thing out, man. See? But yeah, we in those times, man. Again, those things are going to continue to grow on the planet Earth. So much so you people are not going to have any comfort, man. See?
Man, if I may, people not watching, man. The scriptures tells us to be sober and watch under prayer, man. People ain't watching for the prophecies. You got niggas today, man, dressing up in costumes, man. Getting ready to go out trick or treating and shit. You know, not realizing that, man, we're going to go into the worst times ever in human history, man. You know, some very bad times, man. You know, the Lord's about to cut the power off, okay? He's about to fuck people up, man. A lot of people about to starve to death, going back on the famine. The scripture speak of, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish in famine, man. What? While Jake thinking about getting some candy, you know.
And if I may out time, Lord got a real trick or treat for y'all.
Yeah, for real.
You know, we got some real tricks waiting on your ass.
Woo.
You know, as a brother Mitchell, why you out here goddamn in a merch spirit?
Right.
You know, the Lord closing in on your ass. You dress up in goddamn yoga the belt. Right. You know, the goddamn what's that dude off of Flintstones, the little boy? Bam Bam. You know, yeah, you dressing up as pebbles and shit. Lord gonna track your ass down with these rocks pretty fucking soon, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like if I made, hey, they gonna see Jason.
Yeah.
You know, these niggas with Jason mask on, man.
Right.
You know, fucking Chuck it. You know, when you how about shooting out with shots to these aborigines, man. You know, you gonna see some real ghosts, man. You know, them motherfuckers ain't gonna say boo either, man. They gonna scare the shit out your ass, man. You know, think, man, thinking about having a good time, man. What he said, it's better to be in the house of mourning than the house of feasting, man. You know, not thinking about party. You know, thinking about having a good time. It's Jake's out here now finna go to a fucking Halloween party, man. You know, well, not realizing, man, we finna go into some real scary times, man. You know, some real horrors. You got to see some real horrors, man. You know, when the Lord sent a deranged psycho, you know, to your porch, there's a video out where these people was on this lady porch, and the ring camera had it, and they were like, "Let me come in, man." You know, well, wait till it ain't no food, and you got people with masks on, kicking in doors, you know, laying your ass down, man. You know, we going to some very, so like the brother said, man, we in some very terrible times. Times, man, to where shit is only gonna get worse, man. You know, as the food dry up, you know, as people lose their jobs, you know what they say, pressure bust a pipe. You know, you gonna see some real scary shit, man, when people getting beheaded out in the streets, you know, getting messed up, man. You know, to where now is the time to repent and turn back to Yahweh Shem Shah before all hell break loose, man. Yeah, something else.
Who else got?
Book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
Like if I made many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, man. Okay, a lot of people about to starve to death, man. Okay, again, going back on all these food recalls, you know, different food shortages. You know, I just seen a bunch of more Kroger's just shut down. You know, you got all these grocery stores shutting down. That's how about shutting down outside, increasing the famine, man. You know, to where it's gonna get so drastic out here, man. People gonna be eating their own kids, man. You know, these are the times that we entering in, man. You know, to where now's the time not to be fucking around, man, but begging you how about shutting down outside for mercy, man. You know.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
That's right, man. So you're not gonna escape, man. Those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, man. You know, what's the scripture? Like he that ran from a bear.
Yeah,
it's like it that ran from a lion. You know, so you're not gonna escape, man. You know, while Jake, you know, think that they can go store up food, you know, and store up noodles and shit. You know, thinking that you're gonna one up your how about Shemiah Rashad, man, you're not gonna escape, man. You got it out.
Yeah, I made this Amos 5 and 18. Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Hey, if I made the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. You know, people think that when the Lord come back, it's gonna be all beautiful and, you know, look, Edomite baby gonna come back. You know, the white man gonna be on the cloud. no, man, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. Okay, dark times. These are what we're going into. Some very dark times, man. Evil times, man. People being without food, dead bodies everywhere. Okay, some very dark times, man.
Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, and went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light?
It's like running back out.
Sure. I started verse 19 again. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him.
So like it. So you may again escape the pestilence, but the famine get your ass, man. Okay.
It says, but went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him.
All right, so you may escape the famine, in the pestilence, but other the missiles get your ass, man. So there's no escape, man. That's why it's important to be repentant and turning back to Yahweh by Shemaiah, man. All right, because the Lord's going to totally obliterate this place, man. That big sword, man, the missiles, man.
Shop. Because we got some of these guys, they talking shit about the people that's on EBT and shit, as if they're safe and sound, but not knowing that going into the family. So it's a process of this thing, man. Because even though you may not be on EBT, the niggas that was on EBT, they talking about stealing.
Right.
So when you go into the grocery store, they done stole everything. You know what I mean? So now the shelves is empty. So what can you buy? I know the scripture you always quote, your silver and gold shall not save you in the day of the wrath of the Lord, man. So it's just showing you niggas ain't safe either, man. Whether you got a pantry or not. The famine is going to affect all of you that are outside of this council of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man.
If I may, you're going to have the haves and the have-nots, man. For the ones that have, man, according to the scriptures, people going to invade one another for the lack of bread, man. All right? Again, what desperate times calls for desperate measures, man. Jake gonna come see about you, man. You got all this food, and Jake ain't ate, in days, is wondering, talking shit, the kids crying, Jake gonna come see about you about that food, man. Well, if you're not covered by Yahweh Shemaiah Shah, man, you're gonna be fucked up out here, man. That's why we're gonna need the protection of the Lord, man. Nothing carnal is gonna be able to save us, man. The scripture speak of somebody get to be carnal mind, you're not gonna be able to escape, man. So you get it out your head thinking that you're gonna store up goods or get a bunker or some shit, and one up the Lord, man. You're not only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemaiah Shai, man, you're gonna be covered, man.
It's Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death.
Hey, to be carnally minded, there's death, man. So no matter what kind of weapons you got, no matter what kind of food you got stored up, if you ain't got Yahweh Shemaiah Shai, man, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Whether it be by these marauders, because that's gonna force people to, take to the streets, man, and go chicken and gold. Waiting at the grocery store, following people home, man, when they see you come out with them buckets, man. Yeah.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Amen. But to be spiritually minded, that's life and peace, man. All right? We're going to have to be spiritually minded, man. We're going to have to count solely on Yahweh Shemaiah Shai and camping his angels around us, man. Feeding us and protecting us, man. Because again, no weaponry, no amount of artillery is going to be able to protect you in the times that we're going into, man. Without Yahweh Shemaiah Shai on your side, man.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 14. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go into the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Amen. The trumpet is being blown up, man. It's a distinction in the sound. It's a war cry being shouted out to you, man. You know, get ready for this battle. And again, it's not going to be a carnal battle. You know, it's spiritual warfare, man. There's nothing carnal going to be able to take you from the times we're in. It's only going to increase, man. It says the sword is without, and the pestilence, and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So you see, there's no escape for you people, man. You know, there's no way out. Lord has you boxing as it were. You know, you're not going to be able to escape in these times if you don't have your house by shot. You're not going to have an outlet, man. Why? Because all your hopes and dreams are manifested in this world, man. This world has to continue for you to be taken care of, as it were. You know, for you to feel secure, for you to feel confident. But guess what? All those things are going to be taken away, man. See?
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 11 and verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me,
yeah, you gonna cry to your house by shower, man. You know, you will really cry for relief in that day. You know how Jake is. I've been in that position. Police behind you, the shit ain't right. You know, and you're like, Lord, please, Lord, help me. You know, when you in jail, you get ready to goddamn be enough for a couple weeks or a couple months. You're like, God damn, Lord, if you get me out of this, I'll never do it again. You know, I know, shit, brother, man. You know, that's that fervent prayer calling out to the Lord, man. That's how you people going to be, man. Read that again, now.
Jeremiah 11 and 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape.
So you ain't able to get away with it. Go ahead.
And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
See, the Lord ain't going to hear you, man. And it's going to be a fervent cry, too. It's going to be sincere. You'll be sincere in that day, you know. As we went to that analogy, you in some trouble, some real trouble. You really sincere praying to the Lord for relief, man. You're like, God damn, man. Got this shit on me, you know. That's in the world, man, you know. The brother's been in those positions, man. And you just hoping the Lord, shit. Man. Yeah. Lord, don't let this nigga find this. Police searching your goddamn car, you know. Yeah, that's that prayer. That's that prayer they gonna have, man. That fervent prayer, you crying out to the Lord, like, Lord, please help me eat. You know, don't let the police come knocking at my door. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's where it's gonna be, man. You know, but the Lord ain't gonna hear you. You know, I got another bit.
Jeremiah 15 and chapter 15, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And I will, says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Right. So you gonna come asking us, you know, what we gonna do? You know, Father shall run in again.
Jeremiah 15 and 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword.
Like if I made such a for death to death, man, you gonna die, man. You know, you got it out.
It says, and such as are for the famine to the famine.
And so like we gonna tell you, you gonna starve, man. You know, you got it.
And it says, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Man, these animals gonna have a field day with you niggas, man. You know, all the death coming, man. You know, scripture already speak of their body shall be cast out as dung. You know, they gonna have a field day with you niggas, man. They ain't gonna be having no more funerals. You know, these is the time that we going into, man. You know, the amount of death that the Lord finna bring. He said, I will take a great number. Okay, a great number of people about to die, man. You know, and this is what we warning you of, man, that we going into some very horrific times, man. You know, the worst times ever, man. It's like the worst times ever in human history, referred to as the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, a time like never seen before, man. We ain't ever just really seen no bad times here. You know, but just imagine when the power go out, man. You know, when it's military boots on the ground, man. Drones flying everywhere, man. You know, dead bodies, okay? Riots, you know, pure anarchy, man. You know, that's what's coming down the pipe, man. Was it on it?
Back you up. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time, and falleth suddenly upon them.
That's right, man. Judgment gonna come all of a sudden, man. You know, while people ain't watching, you know, paying attention to what's going on. They don't know what time or what season they in. You know, they're gonna be caught in an evil time, man. You know, while Jacob now thinking about now we in the basketball season. Jake paying attention to college football. You know, you even got Jake talking about what that shit Thanksgiving, man. You know, not realizing this may be your last meal, man. You know, well, a lot of people gonna be caught out there, man. Why? Because they weren't watching, man. You know, as you brought out, they weren't measuring the times, man. So where if you measure the times, you can see, man, the Lord is about to return, man. Okay? We're finna go into some very dark times, man. You know, before the Lord returns, you got to have the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, the worst times ever, man. You know, it's like,
If I make come, you know, the brother brought out that sudden aspect, man. You know, that's that snap. You know, it was all good a week ago. Right. You know, it was all good a month ago. Now, end of the month, government been shut down for what? 31 days, 30 days, you know? And now your benefits are being taken away, man. And they ain't relenting on it, you know? Okay, again, what these judges pass and doing the government, this, that, the other, ultimately they have to say, the last say on whether or not you get those provisions again, man. See? And that's a beautiful thing, how you been depending on this war for so long that you ain't what's the word? Submitted yourself to your high by self shopping. You see? Now the Lord gotta show you that he can, man. You know, you make your power going out. Ain't gonna be no women out here got there taking those jobs, you know, and skimping outfits, you know. There ain't gonna be nobody out here relaxing and going about their day at ease, man. No, man. You're gonna be anarchy, you know. Streets are gonna be filled with dead bodies as you do, man. You know. She was talking about how in the course of their actions, they're gonna stand in their power. But ain't gonna be no sheriff, no mayor, no governor. Nobody's gonna be able to dictate what these people want to do, man. You know? And that's gonna bring on what you had read, to the captivity. You know? It's gonna bring on martial law, man. People being put in fucking FEMA camps. See?
yeah. And if I may, you know, you even got videos out there of women, you know, making it to their front door and people coming up and snatching them up, man. You know, throwing them in cars, man, riding off with their ass, man. You know, these are the times that we in, man. know, where greater evils are coming. You're gonna hear about more women being ravished, man. You know, taking violence. You know, it was a video of, you know, I think it was like in New York where the woman was walking up the street and the man came behind and threw a shirt around her neck. No, it's a belt. For what? I threw the belt around her neck, choked her out, and had his way with her, man, in the middle of the street, man. You know, well, things is only gonna get worse, man. You know.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9. Then shall they be in beautiful case, which now have abused my ways.
That was the people there, man. You was a pitiful case, man. You know? You thought you were gonna have a goddamn, one thing you didn't know, you were gonna have a good Thanksgiving. You know? We gonna go get these chitlins, these greens, we gonna take them over to Mama's house, and she gonna do it right. We're gonna make sure we get this cheese for the macaroni and cheese. Yeah, you thought you was gonna have something good, but then you had it original, man. You know? Read that again, huh?
It says 2 Ezra 9 and 9. And then shall they be in pitiful case.
And now you in a pitiful case. You looking real bad right now. You got it.
Which now have abused my ways.
Yep.
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in
See,
torment.
that's what's gonna be your state. You're gonna be in a state of torment, man. And you see that now by the way of these damn TikTok videos. You can't hold your peace regarding not having no fucking food stamp, man. You compelled to cry out on TikTok and all these other social media apparatus, man. You know? You even got, we talked about it earlier, the Eve who proclaimed that she stole short ribs and seasonings, you know? And he could have did that shit just for clout, you know, proclaiming that she did something she really didn't do, you know. But even in that, you're seeing how the mindset of these people is in, you know, a mindset, man. You know, you got it.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
See those benefits, man. That the Lord had Esau take away. Oh man, that was a strategic move by the Lord, man. That was a perfect chess move. Lord checkmated your ass. You know? Or he put you in check. So the checkmate is coming. You know, scrambling like, God damn, I need to move. What piece do I move now? Brothers play chess. Brothers know when your ass put in check, you like, oh shit. Because you ain't see it coming. Because if you seen it come, you would have set your pieces up the way your ass would be checking, man. You know? Lord, get ready to checkmate you niggas, man. You got it.
And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them,
Right.
understood not, but despised it.
Yeah, see, and place of repentance is open unto you now, man. But you despise it, man. You know? You despise this helping hand that the Lord is giving to you. In fact, you slap it away and say, I don't want to hear that Hebrew ish. You know? Get out the corner. Get a job. Well, brothers got jobs, man. You know? Take care of your family. Brothers take care of their family, man. You wicked ass niggas scoffing and talking shit. You don't know what the fuck going on. The Lord gonna show your ass though, man. We really tired of you, Jake. We really tired of this place, man. We can't wait till the Lord bring heavy judgment on you, man. That one when no SNAP benefits was taken away, that boosted us. While you sitting over there sad and shit, we like, yeah, do it, Lord. You know?
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 12. But these as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed.
Yeah, you were made to be taken and destroyed, man. See? Go ahead.
Speak evil of the things that they understand not.
See, that's the catalyst. You don't understand these things, so now you have an evil eye to it. You know, you're like, I don't know. That sounds kind of racist. What the hell is wrong with that, man? You for your people. Shit. You always saying black power this and black power that. And the Lord give you a real outlet to show you who you is. And you shun it? Well, I said, all right, nigga, you die. Okay.
and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
Yeah, see, you gonna utterly perish in your own corruption, man. See, you a brute beast, you know? And a dog will shit in front of you, piss in front of you. Yeah, a dog will fuck in front of you, you love it, you know? And that's how you people is, man. No decor, you know? No standards. And the Lord giving you a standard right now, man. And you like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to continue to be a beast. I want to continue to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. I want to continue to eat pork. I want to continue to commit adultery. You don't want a standard, man. See? What the Lord got to do, man? He got to put you down, man. Like the dog, the rabbit, rabies field dog you is, man. See?
And even when you consider that nigga that was talking on Elder Manada Talkback video, he was saying, y'all need to do something, for the people. Man, it's the best thing, man. We telling you what the Lord finna do, man. We warning you, man. Just like the Elder Aaron gave the analogy before. Somebody finna go in the club. You finna go in the club, and the man tell you, man, I'm finna shoot this bitch up. Well, this what we pretty much doing. Telling you that the Lord, he finna add this bitch out, man. That not to go in the club, man. But Jake got the mindset, man, look at these hoes, man. Them hoes as hell in there. Well, we like, man, go on in there, man. Go on die, man. You ain't want to you ain't want to hearken to the warning. What we tell you, go on in there, man. You gonna get aired out, man. And that's pretty much what Jake finna get walked down, man.
Right.
The Lord finna walk these niggas down, man. You don't want to hearken. You gonna die, man.
Yeah, we ain't calling out to you niggas. We ain't saying the warning should be enough. You hear if you don't get in this house, you gonna die. Or as you mentioned the analogy that I run you, if you go inside that goddamn club, I'm gonna shoot that bitch up and everybody in that bitch gonna die with you. And that's the basis of the warning we giving you, man. Hey man, the Lord finna add this bitch out, and you don't wanna hearken. Hey, just like Eve, man, he had a nasty ass look on her face. And we ain't saying shit to you, but it's the symbolism of a standard of power in the earth. Right. It calls her to look at us that way, man. She really seen you have a shot, man. That stern, authoritarian, what's the word? Austere. Why not? Yeah, we got hard looks on our face, man. She looking at her hard, we looking at her hard, like, hey, bitch, you gonna die. Your food stamps are probably cut out. Now you looking shit face. Yeah. Got the long face. But that's how you people gonna be, and good for you, man. Because you despise the words of your how about shot, man. And again, that's the ultimate showing of love, man. You warning somebody for to kill your ass. And you don't take heed to it, and you're like, okay, well, fucking go back in. And that's the state we in there, man. If you don't believe, fuck you. We don't care, man. Somebody get Romans 3:3. You have more on that? Go ahead.
Back to 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 11. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
Now we know that word despise going to be in that hell that's insignificant, man. So now you don't understand the warning that's being blown to you, so you go that incident. Oh, dang. You talk about a family. Now your EBT cut out. Now it's looking like it's real, because it is. Yeah, the more you hold this warning as insignificant, the more the Lord won't bring these plagues upon you people, man. Okay.
The same must start after death by pain.
See, when your ass pining away. You starving to death looking at your baby girl. That's a heavy thing, man. The Lord always use it. Hey, when you got a little boy, you raising them to be tough. You got a girl, you want to be all dainty, sweet. But when But the Lord get at that hard analogy of your baby girl looking at you talking about she's hungry. Yeah, you feel some type of way, man. See? And that's what's gonna happen to you people, man. You know? Lord gonna use the thing that you love the most to make your ass suffer. See?
See, I mean, you know, that be Jake's main thing, man. My family. You know, my family, man. I die for mine.
Right.
I die for my family. A lot of niggas gonna die for their family, goddamn. You know,
right. It's like, you know, like good, right, and different.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
If they in the wrong, I'm riding with mine.
Yeah.
Stupid ass niggas.
Blood thicker than water.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that blood thicker than water shit, man. You know, they gonna eat their own flesh, man. You know, and drink their own blood, man. You know, they end up eating them kids. And that's crazy. You know, while they talk about do this and do that, a lot of people, man, the same people gonna be forced to eat their kids, man. You know, it's a lot, guys.
Yeah, that's beautiful though. You know, they had the saying for a long time, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
You know, so much so you had the Ice Truth saying, fuck them kids.
Right.
And that's what you gonna be saying in this time. I can make some more fuck them kids. Put them on the goddamn grill. You know, and that smell of food, you know, gonna hit the neighborhood. You know, hey, it was the same way with what's that lady name? Joanna, Josephus. We read it in the Josephus a couple of times, man. We might want to grab. See if you can grab that out. What was her name? Was it Mary? The famine that happened, you know. When they smelled the food, when they smelled her cooking the baby, they was like, shit, where you get the meat from? Let us eat some, you know? And that's how you people gonna be, man. If we get that account real quick, so you got it? Go ahead.
This is Google AI overview. It says the Jewish war Flavius Josephus recounts a harrowing story of a woman named Mary of Bethzuba, who during the Roman siege of Jerusalem in 70 CE killed and cooked her infant son out of desperation from famine.
And look, scripturally, as you mentioned earlier, the time's going to be like none other, man. So this is going to be way worse in this time than what we read here, man. And you have the actual count for
It says, driven by both hunger and rage against the city's defenders who had plundered her food, she ate half the child and offered the rest to the Jewish rebels, who were horrified and left the remains.
Yeah, see, they was hungry, man. They were coming to get them a fight until they realized it was the other half of the baby. You know, the grass was gone. Let's see if we actually get that account. But that's good. I want to get all that meat. That's just a good overview, you know. But yeah, man, that's how bad it was, man. Wasn't no belts, wasn't no tree ball, man. It's gonna tell you how bad of a time it was. Man. See, it'll be real bad out here, man. Got. Yeah, man. We had that information at one time. What was her name? Mary? That's it right there.
This is the siege of Jerusalem, 70 AD by Josephus. It says, among the residents of the region beyond Jordan was a woman called Mary, daughter of Eleazar of the village of Bethzuba.
Now let me tell you, it's so heavy. She went in Jerusalem at first, but the Lord compelled her. Matter of fact, continue. It's heavy, man. See, the Lord got scenarios for you niggas, man. You know, you've been out there in the country with your granny all this time, and all of a sudden you decide to come into the city, man. And I'll hell breaking loose, man.
It says, the name means house of hyssop. She was well off.
5. 1 to 5. Woo! You got it out.
She was well off and of a good family.
She had money. She was well off. So what would compel her to the Lord called, man? That's how you women go. You think you well off. You got it out.
And it says, and of a good family, and had fled to Jerusalem with her relatives, where she became involved with the siege. Most of the property she had packed up and brought with her from Perea had been plundered by the tyrants, Simon and John, leaders of the Jewish war effort.
Yeah, they took our shit, man. We need this for the war against the Romans. You know? Go ahead.
And the rest of her treasure, together with such foods as she had been able to procure, was being carried by their henchmen in their daily raids.
Hey, that's what you gonna see now, man. They're gonna be henchmen carrying away your goods in their daily raids. You know? They can get to the day to one another for the lack of bread. Yeah, there ain't gonna be no etiquette no more, man. We gonna be, can I please? No, it's gonna be gimme. And then there ain't gonna be no talking. Ooh, let us save you a trip. Ooh, I'm coming right up. Yeah.
Yeah, boys, baby, let's go.
See this? Yeah, you gonna die in the fence. Yeah. You what? You gonna starve them. You gonna eat your baby. You gonna eat your niece and nephew. That might be how we read about it. Go ahead,
It says, in her bitter resentment,
yeah, see? Her bitter, that's heavy, man. You mocking the men of the Lord in your bitter resentment. Go ahead.
the poor woman cursed and abused these extortioners, and this increased them against her.
Yeah, she cussed them out. You sorry niggas taking my shit. And they were like, bitch, you better be glad we ain't take you. Go ahead.
However, no one put her to death.
See, nobody killed her. I'm like, nah, don't let her go. She can't do that. Well, guess what? This time is gonna be worse. They ain't gonna let you go. They're gonna take you too.
It says, no one put her to death, either from exasperation or pity. It says she grew weary.
The nigga was just tired. You know? Some of them pitied him. Why they probably had a conversation. Why she even come back here? She was so well off. Why she could have went anywhere she could have, you know, why she come back here? They had pity on that. Yeah, they really talk. This is a dumb bitch. Yeah, don't kill her. Yeah. You got it, man.
It says she grew weary.
They so heavy, man. They ain't spoke on nothing about her husband, so she was basically a single mom at this time. Think about this, man. You gotta look into the story, you know. Single mom, well off with her infant, you know. What's that? Yeah, you know she was proud. That's why she was cussing the men out. She ain't have no decorum, no respect. You got it.
She grew weary of trying to find food for her kinfolk. In any case,
that should let you know she was a single woman, a single mother. She grew weary of looking for food. Ooh, you bitches. You, ooh-ee. Ooh. Yeah. Lord got something for you, man. You got it out.
It says,
Lord got something for you.
in any case, it was by now impossible to get any.
Yeah, get it, cake. You couldn't find nothing, no way. Everything was gone. Yeah, they robbing you, taking your wood, your goods, your wares. No, it ain't no
Wherever you tried,
food. Yeah.
famine gnawed at her vitals, and the fire rage was ever fiercer than famine. So driven by fury and want, she committed a crime against nature, seizing her child, an infant at the breast. She cried, my poor baby.
Man, the baby was suckling at her teeth, man. You know? She had a newborn. Yeah, 6 months. What? Ooh, you women. Somebody hold Jeremiah 30. Go ahead,
My poor baby. Why should I keep you alive in this world of war and famine?
Come on, man. That's how you women gonna be, man. I can make another one. My poor baby. Why should I keep you alive in this world of famine? And it was a perfect illustration of that. The road, man. You look at the road when she had that one, she was ready to kill her and herself, man. Him and her son. The baby was gonna go too, man. Check that movie out, man. And see, that's the mindset of you women. You ain't gonna be able to take it.
I made it real quick for y'all. This is people.com. This was just November the 18th, 2024. Georgia mom sentenced for unaliving her kids by putting them in the oven. Hey, so, hey, man, it ain't like what we saying far-fetched, man. This was just in November. A woman put her children in the oven, man. You know, when we reading the account, you know, where the woman had to eat her kids, man. You know, where things is about to be a lot worse, man. Wait till the food dry up, man. You know, again, we constantly keep saying desperate times calls for desperate measures, man. You know, when Eve ain't got, you know, them yamps, you know, when there ain't no food in the house, you know, all them groceries, all them snacks and shit, you know, when you ain't able to cook that weekend rotel, you know, you gonna end up cooking your baby, man. You gonna put your baby in the crock pot, man. You know, on the grill, man. Barbecue, man. You know, it's like,
Yeah, that's heavy though. Because she ain't do that out of desperation of food. She did that out of the desperation of the mindset she was in. And it ain't even got bad yet, man. So how much more when all hell break loose, man? You know? You ain't got no outlet, no real way out of the situation that you in, man. You know? She had to have a real feeling of desperation, you know, of loneliness, of I can't do this no more. You know? How much more, man, the times it's gonna increase on you people, man. You got it out. Yeah.
Book of St. Luke, chapter 23, and verse 31. But if they do these things in a green tree,
Yeah, and why it's prosperous, right? It look like it's flourishing. Go ahead.
what shall be done in the dry?
Yeah, well, it ain't nothing here, man. So how much more during the time of famine setting in on you, and ain't no goddamn leaves on the trees that you can goddamn strip, no bark on the trees that you can goddamn boil, no tufts of grass that you can pull up and eat, man. That's what we coming into. You got something else? Yeah.
Back to the Josephus. It says, my poor baby, why shall I keep you alive in this world of war and famine?
Yeah, that's what the Lord said was going to occur, man. Real quick, can we get St. Matthew chapter 24? I want to say start at verse 3. We're going to read that.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?
Yeah, so the Lord was giving the disciples insight when this age, this current period of rulership of Esau is over with, man. You got it.
And it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
Go ahead.
And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Wars and rumors of wars, man. Ain't we in those times? You got America threatening to bomb Venezuela, man. You know? Well, they got certain missile defenses from Russia set up around their country, man. You know? They actually ready. Or perceived ready. They ain't backing down, man. You know? Well, those are wars and rumors of wars. You got Ukraine and Russia. You know? Hamas and Israel. You know? Israel still want to bomb the Gaza Strip. Yeah, that peace treaty that was signed, that was nothing but a toilet paper, man. It's down the goddamn drain right there, man. You hoping it's not going to be World War III. Well, they ain't in the wheel of North because it's going to be World War III. See? Go ahead, Al.
Continuing on, it says, verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, but the end is not yet, man. The MOTP got to be implemented. Go ahead.
And it says, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines.
See, famines. Go ahead.
And pestilences.
And pestilence. Go ahead.
And earthquakes.
Yeah.
In diverse places.
And that's what you see in the occur, man. So as we read in the Josephus, the wars and the famine go hand in hand, man. And this is going to be a time like none other. Go ahead.
All these things. It's like all these are the things of sorrow.
It's the beginning of sorrow, man. You read that in NLT, it's the beginning of the birthday. See? What more to come? You got it out.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you.
Yep.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
And we're seeing that right now being made manifest, man. Through the disdain of the people and what their rhetoric they putting out in these videos. They hate Satan. Well, excuse me, they hate the prophets. They hate him. They rebuke him in the gate, man. Go ahead.
And then shall many be offended, shall betray one another,
Yep.
shall hate one another. And these false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many.
Yeah, we seeing that, man. You know? These false prophets, they are deceiving men, man. Pam, Philip Anthony Mitchell, you know? See, the Lord cold, man. That dude, real bitch-ass made dude. Got his acronym, one Pam. Lord cold, man. We were talking about that the other day, how the Lord got these certain acronyms, man. You know what was the one we had mentioned? Dawn, deep underground, military bases. It's dawn that you think you want to survive, man. You know, it was another one too. Man, it escapes me right now. But it's cool how the Lord got these certain acronyms, you know, you people, where you think you're gonna escape, man. You know? You got it out.
And because iniquity shall abound,
Right.
the love of many shall wax cold.
And that's what you're gonna see grow more and more too. You know? Hey man, when it ain't no food, folks ain't gonna do food. The love of many is gonna wax cold. We know that word wax cold literally means psycho. So these people gonna be psychos out here, man. Sickos and psychos. Yeah, psychotic. You know? You gonna really see damn man, what's that word, man? Damn, remember that dude who was sitting up there, he asked us about with the UAB? Man, with the schizophrenia. Yeah, you people be schizo out here now. Yeah, straight up deep. Go ahead. Especially Edomite. You already got to you want to do something to it. But it's like they gonna act out on their lust. Put you down, Jake. Go ahead, Al.
It says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
And that's it right there, man. You gotta endure it to the end. But you see again what war and famine are married together in this thing, man. We go back to Joseph.
She says, my poor baby, Why shall I keep you alive in this world of war and famine?
Yeah, see, go ahead.
Even if we live till the Romans come, they will make slaves of us. And anyway, hunger will get us before slavery does.
Yeah.
And the rebels are crueler than both.
Man, that's a desperate situation, man. As you mentioned, man, what's the saying again? Desperate time found a desperate measure. That was a desperate measure, man. She was measuring that. You know, she weighed those things. It's either gonna be famine or it's gonna be slavery. And by the time slavery get here, famine gonna get our ass. And if the famine don't get us, these goddamn marauders gonna come get us. You know? So that's what the situation the Lord gonna put you in, man. Somebody get 2 Ezra 8:50. That's the state the Lord will put you in.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
So the Lord said, many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Because of your fucking pride, man. Now, Eve been talking a lot of shit, you know. She been getting them food stuff. You know, she ain't had to spend money on food, so now she able to floss and get a new fucking $80 wig and shit. You know, talking shit. Yeah, I got this, I got that. Well, bitch, only because you've been subsidized, or man, what's the word? Subsidized. Man, you've been given benefits, man. You know, so now you ain't have to worry about getting this food, this money, because you got it from the government. You had extra money to do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. See? Well, all the benefits are now being taken away. Now you got to consider. You know? We brought it up about two years ago. Eat or eat. Yeah, there's going to be people considering that. You know? Eat or eat.
It's like we enter into this time now where it's starting to get cold. You know, power bills going up. You know, when that shit gets so hot, man, you're going to have to really decide, am I going to keep my power on? You know, am I gonna get some groceries, man? You know, and even with that, you know, you still gonna be fucked up because food costs going up. You know, shit getting high as hell, man. You know, to where that dollar ain't stretching like it used to be, man. You know, to where regardless, man, you gonna be fucked up, man.
Right.
You know, it's like
you won't have people invested in heated blankets. They'll be running that heat. You know. You won't have people invested in kerosene heaters. You know, gasoline heaters, man. You know, but they don't want to run that heat for that power bill to be high as hell. See?
No, so like if I may, you know, then Eve ain't thinking about getting no kerosene heater. You know, so when the power will go out, you know, they just gonna be fucked up out here, man. You know, it's like that.
Yeah, that's it. Now we often we just said it in times past where our Lord said, pray that your flight not be in the water, man. You know, that could be a very real thing in the time we're in. You know, considering that people in a ride mindset already, and if they don't get that food, you know, in a week, how these people gonna feel, man? You know, but they ain't ate that. You know, they gonna be ready to do something, man. And that's gonna be beautiful, man. You gonna really see the beast mindset of these people come out, man. You know, when you ain't got nothing else to lose, people lose it. They gonna lose it. They gonna snap. Right. Snap. They gonna snap because they ain't got no snap. See?
She said, come, be food for me.
Yeah, see?
And an avenging fury to the rebels, and a tale of cold horror to the world, to complete the monstrous agony of the Jews.
Ooh.
With these words, she killed her son.
Yeah, she probably slit his throat, you know. We had to remember that shit. The baby, she talking to the baby like this, suckling at him, you know. Come be food for me. Cold-blooded, man. She probably went like that with the slit his throat, slowly too. You know, bleed out. He ain't screaming nothing. You gotta remember, she had him at her breast suckling at the time of her saying this, he ain't. So yeah, it was probably, he ain't had time to say nothing. He probably didn't realize what happened. He bled his ass up. Man, look, man, the time that we entering, man, it's gonna be, we still holding that Jeremiah, right? Go ahead, man.
It says, with these words, she killed her son, roasted the body, swallowed half of it.
Hey, man. Let that stick. You people don't know the fury of the Lord. You people don't know how the Lord get down. Remember, this is the same power that destroyed everybody on the earth except for 8 souls, man. They set fire and brimstone to Sodom and Gomorrah and those neighboring cities, man. They gave the Egyptians hemorrhoids, man. This is the power that we serve, the power that we talking about that you people gonna be up and close and personal with, man.
With these words, she killed her son, roasted the body, swallowed half of it, and stored the rest in a safe place.
Yeah. See, killed the son, roasted the body, right? Swallowed half, man. Come on, man. She probably spatchcocked him, you know. Y'all know what that is, though. When you cut a chicken or a turkey, you cut down the backbone, you know, and then you split it open. Oh, man, look, man. I was watching a cooking show the other day. This dude was getting ready to, he spatchcocked a damn turkey. He cut that bitch up on both sides, took out the damn spine, the backbone, laid it flat and went to season. And that's what she probably did, because it said half the body. Man, that's what you women gonna do, man. See, we can sort of make light of it, but man, it's gonna you visualize these things, man, it's gonna be bad out here. There will be nothing you people gonna be able to do. That's gonna be your only recourse, your only that's what you gonna run to, man. You know? You got that.
But the rebels were honored at once.
Yeah, they shit. I know we smelled something roasted around here. It wasn't much time at all. She roasted it. She that's why she swallowed. That said swallowed half the body. You know? She probably ate. Yeah, she ate it hasty. See, we can make jest of it, man, but it's gonna be some fucked up ass times out here, man. That's why we fear the Lord, man. We hope the Lord deliver us, man. Yeah, we hope the Lord deliver us. To keep us safe, to have us even family, man. Cause it's gonna be bad out here, man. Go ahead.
You know how they say that was in the Bible days. You know, where it just happened, you know, some years ago when that plane crashed with their soccer team. I think it was a soccer team, you know, and they was in the mountains, you know, and it got so bad after they ate the food that was on the, you know, on the plane, they started eating each other, man. They started eating the other people that was on the plane, man. You know, again, going back again and again, desperate times calls for desperate measures. You know, when Jake, you know, ain't like you said, ain't got no tree, you know, ain't no leaves on the tree, you know, ain't no grass, you know, but all you got is that big juicy 9-year-old, you know, junior, you know, yeah, juicy, you know, juicy his ass. He been eating them foods now. He been eating so good. He been feeding him up, fattening him to the slaughter. You know, well, that's what you gonna be for his food. You gonna eat that baby. You gonna eat Junior, man.
That's it.
It says, but the rebels were on her at once.
It was on. I smell some goddamn meat. Some roasted meat. Where is that? Go ahead.
Smelling roasted meat.
See, that's spirit. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's been a minute. We done went through this several times, though. But it paints the picture, man. You people have no clue what the Lord getting ready to do. Niggas probably smelled that ass from a block away.
Somebody barbecue.
Man, man, that smells good. Yeah, man. Yeah. Niggas probably came out they little hot nose and everything like. Hey, see that what the elder said. Niggas gonna be skilled and open potato chip bags and shit, man. The nigga gonna be in tune to what some sound about some damn food, man.
It says, and threatened to kill her instantly.
Where is that? Hey, instantly. Bitch, you better tell me where the hell that goddamn food at. Yeah, run that. Run it. Go ahead,
It says threatening to kill her instantly if she did not produce it.
Yeah, bitch, you better. Where is that? You know Jake, man. Jake, man, you crazy. What the fuck the food is? Yeah. Yo, what the fuck that bread is? Yeah. I done smelt that bitch bacon, bitch. I know you got some. Yeah,
and it says, Salaki, she assured them she had saved them a share.
Oh, I got you some. Go ahead.
And revealed the remains of her child.
Yeah, here you go.
Seized with horror and stupefaction.
Yeah, them niggas was like, what the fuck? This bitch killed her own child. You know? That was in horror. They like, what the hell? Go ahead,
They stood paralyzed at the sight. When she said, this is my own child and my own handiwork.
Yeah, I did this. My own child, my own handiwork. You smelled the herbs and spices. You know? Yeah, I cut this baby up. I drained the blood. You know? I prepared the meat. You want a finger? A leg? A thigh? Man, you gotta really look at this, man. And that's the desperation you people gonna be about, man. I'm gonna come back. You got that Jeremiah 30? Start at verse 4.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 4. And it says, And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, Yehovah Bashim Yahushua, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
Not of peace, man. But this warning just went out, and the Lord said there's not going to be any peace in this place. Get ready for the battle. Get ready for the war. Go ahead,
It says, As ye know, and see whether a man doeth travail with child, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Yeah, you got men gonna be holding themselves, man, scared shitless as they were. You know, we often bring up that analogy, those cartoons. You know, when they see something fearful, all the pigment, drains from the face. And now they holding themselves. Well, that's how you men gonna be. So if you men gonna be like that, how much more you women? You got it.
Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it.
Yeah, none is, man. Hey, we reading an account of a very scary time, man. Horrific time. in our history. But it's saying none gonna be like this, man. You got it out.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble,
Yeah.
but he shall be saved out of it.
The elect is going to be saved out of these times. Somebody hold Isaiah 65. Let's go back to that out.
It says,
And if you can, when you get a chance, drop that in the chat.
it says, eat, for I have eaten already.
Yeah, get your portion. I done already ate. You came over here wanting this roasted meat. Go ahead.
Do not show your.
And that's a nigga woman too, man. You just let that dynamic play out. Keep cackling.
Yeah, you took all my shit. Take my baby then.
You know, a bitch, man. Yeah, bitch. That's a fucking Israelite woman, an endo right there. And again, they made a concerted effort to let you know that she was a single mom, man. Because she was looking for food for her family. There wasn't no man there. She was well off. Bitch had probably received benefits from the Romans and all that shit, man. That's how she was able to get money.
Do not show yourselves weaker than a woman.
Man, come on, man. That's Eve, man. Come on. You gotta stop being a bitch. I ain't it. You ain't gonna rolling up fucking neck and shit. You ain't gonna eat it. You ready to get goddamn slap a face off then. Bitch, shit the fuck I'm talking to you, though. You crazy ass hoe. Keep your damn baby. I don't wanna eat that. Come on, man. You gotta. Yeah, you ready to beat that bitch ass, man. I knew we should have killed that bitch last week.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you got it out. Oh, shit.
Do not show yourselves weaker than a woman,
Yeah.
or more pitiful than a mother.
Hey, you see that? Go ahead.
But if you have pious scruples and shrink away from human sacrifice,
Right.
then what I have eaten can count as your share, and I will eat what is left as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the other half of this baby. I'm gonna eat what's left as well. If you don't want to partake in this feast that I've made of my baby, then I'll finish eating. See, this is an actual account, man. The siege of Jerusalem is 70 AD. So how much more in the time that we enter when your benefits are being taken away, man? See, the Lord gonna put you in a straight jacket, man. And you ain't gonna have no choice but to eat your baby. Go ahead, huh?
At that they slunk away.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, hey. They slunk away, man. Oh no, I don't want no parts of that. And she was talking, you can see she was talking shit. And that's Eve all day, man. That's the Israelite woman all day. You know? She ain't really care for her child. Because she would have used the words, man. I was all goddamn lip service. Yeah, go ahead, man.
He said, trembling, not daring to eat, although they were reluctant to yield even this food to the mother.
Yep.
The whole city soon reigned with the abomination.
Yeah. Woo. So it was basically the word spread. Mary, y'all remember ran from Beelzebub or whatever it was? It came to the city a couple weeks ago. She done killed her baby. She done killed little Isaiah. You know? Yeah, man. Go ahead, Al.
When people heard of it, they shuddered as though they had done it
They
themselves.
shook their head like, God dang. You know, because that was a very desperate situation we was in, man. And guess what? The time we're entering is going to be way greater. We're going to far exceed this. See, the Lord got a way to humble people, man. take away your food, man. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. You got it.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. So, hey, they think because, the grocery store is still open, you can still DoorDash, you can still order food, online, that this ain't gonna happen, man. That this can't happen, man. Victuals so good cheap, you still can get a $5 hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars. Jay think that, things is all good, man. But it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. They think themselves, to be in good case still. Because again, you got food on the shelves, grocery store open. All right. And it says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All right. So the famine, while people is not paying attention, the famine is growing, man. With these food recalls, these benefits being cut off, these poultry plants shut down, mysteriously burning down. Then you had the birds, the bird flu. You got all these different things, going on with Jake. Think that a famine can't hit, man. But the famine is growing, man. To where it's gonna catch you off guard, man. With the scripture speak of the evil arrow of famine, it's gonna come all of a sudden, man. While they weren't paying attention, it's gonna come swift, man. It's like
great confusion, man. That perplexity. See, you people gonna be without resources. You're gonna be in straits. You're gonna be left wanting. And the biggest resource you're gonna be without the answers. Because you ain't gonna know what the hell going on, man. See? Lord got something for you, man. You got it out.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 6 and verse 24. It says the siege of Samaria.
Yeah, another account, man.
Kind
and we know we're gonna fire seed this. Why? Because the scriptures say it's gonna fire seed. It's gonna be a time like none other, man. You got it out.
Cannibalism.
Yeah.
It says,
read that whole head again.
2 Kings 6 and 24. The siege of Samaria, cannibalism.
Cannibalism, man. So get up and close and personal with cannibalism. And that's the spirit. I think I still got that picture of in the States. There's cannibalism is legal. I got Little Willie, I got to admit on that. It seems like it's the right season for you people to eat your baby. In the United States, cannibalism is legal. Yeah. You don't find out folks eating their pets. Right. That's what they're going to do first. They're going to be desperate. You eat that old goddamn dog you done had for 20 years. And the Edomites, they love their fucking dog. They love their dog. You got You got some Jake that love their dog more than these damn Edomites, man. Stir fry. They gonna be skilled in goddamn getting cuts of meat off their head, man.
It says, and it came to pass after this that Benadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria.
Well, you gotta understand, man. There's a Lord that caused that to happen. Real quick, somebody get Proverbs 21:1. So the king of Syria, right, went and besieged Samaria, right? Real quick.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1. And it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. The rivers of water turneth it whatsoever he will.
So it was the Lord's will for the king of Samaria to besiege Samaria, man. Keep that across your mind. See? And the Lord is using Esau now to put you people in straits, man. You got it out.
And there was a great famine in Samaria.
Yep.
And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a calf of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
Or a fourth part of a piece of calf of dove's dung. Let that sink in. The ass of a head of a donkey. The head of a donkey. You ain't getting much meat off the head of anything. Let that sink in. You got it out.
It says, and they, it says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if Yahweh don't help thee, when shall I help thee?
Yeah, what do you expect me to do? Bitch, I'm starving too. What you talking about? Well, if the Lord ain't helping you in the time, that's why brother brought out a beautiful precept. You carnal-minded niggas, you gonna die. Yeah, like this nigga going the wrong way. You going up the wrong way. Yeah, you people, man, that's heavy, man. You going up, can you imagine cresting that hill and all the calls coming at his ass? Flying. See? Yeah. That's how you people is, man. You going up the wrong way of a one-way. Doing 90. See that? Go ahead,
out of the barn floor,
yeah,
or out of the wine press.
So if the Lord ain't gonna provide for you, how can I provide for you? You say out of the barn floor, the floor that ain't shit enough. Or out of the wine press, all the wine is gone. Ain't no grapes in there. Yeah, what you want me to do? Oh, you brought it out earlier, man. The full storehouse suddenly be found empty. Ain't shit in the goddamn grocery store. What you want me to do? Ooh, baby, ooh, can't wait for you. Proud ass niggas, man. That's what's gonna be for you. Ain't no grocery store gonna have no food in it. No warehouses that you once worked at. I know it's some of this goddamn vendor shit. And they learned a bit too. Yeah. Yeah. That's it, huh? Somewhere you to work where you know it's a food. Barbers. You know? Yeah, associated store. Oh, the Piggly Wiggly Distribution Center. And what is that? Bessemer. Right. You know? You thinking something in there. That shit going on already. That's how the Lord gonna have you, Jake. You rebellious ass niggas. You got something else?
Hey, I just Google grocery store closings. It says Kroger closing around 60 stores. Winn Dixie closing over 30 stores in 5 states. Albertsons announcing store closings in 2025. Safeway announced store closings. Stop and Shop announced store closings. Shaw's announced store closings. And grocery outlet announced store closings.
Yeah, so while you people thinking about dressing up for fucking Halloween, it's food insecurity growing, man. You know? It's food deserts in these certain areas, in these certain cities, growing, man. You know? Did a lesson yesterday, the thrill is gone about all these job closings, you know, and these outlets, you know, closing. One in Vestavia closing and the one downtown closed. That bitch ain't stay open long at all. About 6 months? Not even a year, man. They had put a lot of work in the building, that bitch. And we often go by, that bitch smell good. That bitch high hey. You know, man. How much more now the time we get her, man?
We seen it in our neck of the woods. Here we had the Save-A-Lot shut down,
Right.
Urban Smoke, a restaurant shut down,
Yeah.
Sonic shut down,
Yeah.
Hardy shut down.
The grocery store.
Yeah, the grocery store, Walmart. You know, and the grocery store in Fairfield. You know, all these little grocery stores. Then the other Save-A-Lot across town. You know, and this in Jake neighborhood, man.
Right.
You know, well, this is coming to a hood near you, man. Where these storehouses gonna be found empty all of a sudden, man. You know, they already ain't making no money. You know, where they gonna shut down all of a sudden, man.
Yeah, everything must go. You know, mother will have flash sale. Nothing gonna be left in that bitch. See, out of the bar floor or out of the wine press. Where am I help you at, man?
And the king said unto her, what aileth thee?
What's wrong with you?
And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.
You gonna have these women, these indoors, these goddamn brute beasts, making deals. Bitch. You already know how to talk. Bitch. We gonna eat Joey tonight, bitch. And tomorrow we gonna eat man.
Over there and coming, we rather come together and submit to a man. Hey, that's a big culture between them all. They gonna be arguing over who kid they gonna eat, man. It's gonna come down to that, man. All because you got this fucking pride about yourself that you want to refuse, you know what I mean, submission to a man, man. You know, that Isaiah 4:1, you know, the elders been going into that a lot lately. That's gonna come into play, man. Isaiah 4:1, that's a big part of prophecy, man. Because you gonna see that you gonna need a man, but not just any type of man, but a man of the Lord, man.
That's right, we got their hyenas. You don't really got to be through beasts. So the council that you set up there is that you all women together. You dumb bitches gonna make some bad decisions because you ain't smart like that. And the brother means you gonna need a man of the Lord, man. Make great decisions. Even goddamn Pookie and Ray Ray gonna have you ass fucked up. They got the mindset of a woman too. They were raised by them bitches. So the decisions that they make gonna be fucked up too. Should we go out here? Yeah, let's go on out here right in the middle of all this. Yeah, we need to go now. He gonna get killed and your ass gonna get snatched. I know I should have listened to Ray Ray. Who gonna feed? What this shit take to you at home? They gonna starve to death in that house by themselves. Dumb bitches.
It's like my mate. I want to say, go, we can go down there and take this chicken.
Right.
We can go down there and take it and get some food.
But that's gonna be their last. You know? Yeah, that.
Said, so we bore my...
Oh, sorry. That was it.
Yeah, that's gonna be their last result, man. You know? So you gonna have someone like, I ain't gonna eat my baby. We just gonna have to go ahead and take this chip. You weak-minded women. Oh yeah.
So we bore my son and did eat him.
Yep.
Then I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him.
Now we done made this deal. We done ate Ray Ray. Now it's time to eat Chew. Yeah. What man is? What little Roscoe is? Bitch, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know no man. I don't know no Roscoe. You know that motherfucker. Man. Yeah. Ain't got no baby. What the fuck you talking about? Bitch, you better go. You better go now. Yeah. You don't be surprised. You better go now. Shit, bitch. Yeah, man.
And she have hid her son.
Yeah.
And it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth upon his flesh.
It was a man. It was a man that he could do. Now That's how you get it, man. Nothing to me. That reminds me of granddad. Granddad, I made this deal. He probably said it like young bitch, you should have made the deal in the first place. And they like, no, man, ain't here. With his phone. Why? He fell to his knees and shit. Watch how they gonna knock your ass over the head. Control your ass neck. Yeah.
Book of Lamentations,
Matter of
chapter.
fact, I'm gonna try to continue on that.
It says, verse 2 Kings 6:31. Then he said, the Most High do so, and more also to me, if the head of Elisha, the son of Shaphat,
Read that one more time.
2 Kings 6 and verse 30. And it came to pass, when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh.
So we gonna look at that. And that's how you keep gonna be in a state of mourning. You have to cook your baby boy. You know? Cook your precious girl. You know? Yeah, because you ain't gonna argue the wise counsel. Go ahead, right? Well, yeah, we go to Lamentations.
Book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
So in this time, it's better if somebody put a bullet in your head if your ass started to. Yeah.
With these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruit of the
So
field.
you gonna wish you had a nice ass cheeseburger from McDonald's. You got that like Big Nasty. That was me. You eating all type of shit you don't even know. Well, you should know about that because it's out there. When I see people in line at the McDonald's, I put up curses on their head. You dumb nigga, I pray the Lord take you out swiftly. Put you to death while you eating that damn chicken nuggets. Oh, damn sauces. Man, what you really
Says, the hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
They were their meat, man. And that's what it's gonna be again, man. You wanna be meat for your mama. And then we got people already making packs. You know, we ain't gonna run no man. We gonna get together. Yeah, you really think you gonna be able to survive this time without a man of the Lord? You a dumb, dumb ass person, man. Really. Somebody hold Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32 and 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, and verse 1, and it says, behold, the king shall reign in righteousness, princes shall rule in judgment.
Good.
And a man shall be as an hiding place.
Yeah, a man, not just any man, a man of the Lord. Go ahead.
From the wind,
Yeah.
and a cover from the tempest.
Yeah.
That's rivers of water in a dry place.
Yeah, it's rivers of water in a dry place. You imagine it's a drought and you just come upon the river. That's how a man of the Lord, you want that relief, man. That full of comfort. You ain't had nothing to drink in weeks and then you walk upon a big ass brook. Well, that's how the man of the Lord gonna be at these times, man.
That's the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Yeah, the shadow of a great rock in a weary land, man. You in the desert, and the sun been beaming down on your ass, and then you see this big great rock, and you can get relief from it, man. That's how the man of the Lord gonna be, man. See? Go ahead, Keep going. Yeah. Matter of fact, jump down to verse 9.
God, jumping down to verse 9. And it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease.
See, that's why there's water going out, man. Water, you women. Go ahead.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
Hey, listen to this warning the Lord is telling you, man. Of the times that we're entering. It's going to increase. Well, we actually here, but they're going to intensify. Somebody hold 2 Ezra 14. Go ahead.
Tremble ye women that are at ease.
You women been at ease, man. You've been living deliciously. You had a can of words. See, this system was set up for you to prosper and to keep the so-called Negro and Latino Native American man down, man. That's why they gave you Section 8. That's why they gave you food stamps, so you ain't have to depend on the man. Now that shit gonna bite you in the ass. The men ain't dealing with your ass like that, man. They telling you, just go. You know? I remember, man, I seen this TikTok man of an older J. He said, man, I'd rather pay for the father than pay for the woman. When I pay the bitch, I don't pay the bitch to stay, I pay the bitch to leave. I said, woo. Yeah. Bitch, just go. That's how men feel, that bitch. I'm paying you to leave. Yeah. Just go. You know? Well, how much more in the time where the food is scarce? Man, anybody want to take care of no bitch? Nah, bitch. No. You better go. You better get the fuck off.
And it says again, if I may, tremble ye women that are at ease.
Right.
Be troubled, ye careless ones.
Yep.
Strip you and make you bare. And gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats.
Yeah, see? Go ahead.
For the pleasant field. For the fruitful vine.
Yeah, see, you gonna be wanting to go back to the 99 and the 2000. See? With them good old days, I had plenty to eat. I don't have to worry about somebody kicking in my door, taking my shit. You know? Is that the same chapter that said to finish your family? Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, going back. Yep, it says verse 10, Isaiah 32 and verse 10. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vengeance shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, so there will be no police officer you gonna be able to call it, no 911. But that boy, 911. Yeah. Oh, Wycliffe. You also got what that boy that had that big ass clock on his. Yeah. 911 is joking, yo. Shut up and get. Don't fucking 911. Oh, yeah, that's spirit. They make a song crowd. And nobody else. Ooh, that's it, huh? That's how it's gonna be with you women, man. You're gonna be dialing 911, you're gonna get a dial tone. This number is no longer in service. Please refer to your local PD. See? Go ahead, you got more on that? That was it on that? Anybody got anything? Yeah.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 16. For yet greater evil.
Yeah, see, greater evil. Oh, you think it's bad now? You think it's bad now. The Lord said greater evil. Go ahead.
It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Oh, the brother read the story, man, about the woman putting the babies in the oven, man. That's something we seen happen. Well, the scripture says it's going to be greater evil. Greater evil, man. No relief. Continue.
It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age.
Yep.
So much the more shall evil increase upon them that dwell therein.
So much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein, man. So you the made your hat here in America, this is your rest, and evil is going to increase upon you. You're going to be taken in the evil time, as we read in Ecclesiastes 9 earlier. Right? You see? Somebody get Luke. Luke 21. Yeah, start at verse 34.
Book of St. Luke,
Let's get in the NLT too.
chapter 21 and verse 34 in the NLT. Watch out. Don't let your hearts be dull by carousing and drunkenness,
Right.
and by the words of this life.
And by the words of this life, go ahead.
Don't let that day catch you unaware like a trap.
Yeah, like a trap.
For that day will come upon everyone living on the earth.
Yep.
Keep alert at all times.
Watch. Keep alert at all times. Go ahead.
And pray that you might be strong enough to escape these coming horrors.
Yeah, horrors, man. It's gonna be horrors, right, man? We just read it, man. That was a horror that happened in 70 AD, man. That was a horror that happened in the siege of Samaria, man. How much more in the siege of Babylon, America? You know? Yeah, horror, man. Get ready to see all it. You know? Goddamn Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. Yes, Slender Man. Get ready to see Chucky, nigga. See? Go ahead, all right?
And stand before the Son of Man.
Yeah, stand before our Lord Yahweh Shabbat. Yeah, you gotta pray that the Lord will count on your word, man. See? And we pray to be edified. We give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our teachers and apostles and brothers for the ministry. Yes,
Shalom.
All right.
1, 2.